Hello, my friends, and welcome to another situation report. Today is 292 of the Russian-Ukraine war, and let's get straight to it. There are no updates. The last update was yesterday for the deep state map. So let me take you to a video here on Bakhmut. And this was really interesting here. Okay.
Time's passing pretty slowly, but nevertheless, it's night's falling quickly. It's dark, we know that, but we really want to find this guy before we leave because we think it's going to be definitely the last chance to do so. Some of the artillery incoming has been deafening. We're used to it by now, but there's also the sound of machine gun fire, which is not good news, to say the least, and it's on three sides.
Now that's the first time I've got video confirmation that they're taking machine gun fire from three sides, and he's saying that they're in a salient now. So this is, recently, either yesterday or possibly even today.
What's on three sides, which means that we're in a salient, literally kind of poked into the Russian lines, or a better way to put it, the Russians are kind of closing around this part of Bakhmut. So aside from nightfall, we don't want to be driving the roads at dark. It's really dangerous, a lot of twitchy soldiers around. But there's also the prospect, and of course, the infamous Wagner group. That's their job, to infiltrate places like this.
Alright guys, and so with that is that video. And so let's get to the Russian losses for the day. And we will, they lost 620 troops and 8 armored personnel vehicles, 4 vehicles or fuel tanks. They lost 24 tanks. That is a record number right there. 1 artillery, 4 UAVs, 2 special equipment, and that's all we have there. And then I did want to show you this video that I found too. Ukrainian troops captured 3 T-72s and 2 S-3s, Katyusha self-propelled guns. So this was pretty cool. I can't play that. Copyrighted music. You can see the self-propelled armored vehicles, the tanks. There's another one. And so hopefully Ukraine will be putting that to good use really soon. Okay, we've got Pravda reporting Ukraine's armed forces hit 9 Russian command posts per the General Staff report. And the details: over the past day, Ukraine's armed forces have repelled attacks, and the Russian forces launched 2 missile strikes on civilian infrastructure and 11 airstrikes on the positions of troops along the line of contact, and also performed more than 60 attacks using multiple launch rocket systems in the civilian infrastructure city of Kherson and Ukrainian troop positions. Okay. And then I've got this awesome video too. Bring that down a little. Of HIMARS
Блядь, а что? Ты шо, Вася? Я ебал!
Dang. Okay. And so now that the rockets are off, Pravda is also reporting that almost 100 wounded soldiers in hospital in the Luhansk Oblast, per the General Staff. And the General Staff of the Armed reports on the evening of December 12th, Ukraine's armed forces have carried out 4 strikes on the occupiers. Rocket forces and artillery have hit 2 command posts and 4 clusters of invaders' personnel. Okay, so let's keep it pushing here. I've got another video, guys. This is a BBC report, and Russian soldiers are beat up for refusing to fight in the war. And
welcome to the program. It's been almost 10 months since Russian soldiers invaded Ukraine, but despite hundreds of thousands of reservists being called up, Russia is no longer advancing in any meaningful way on the battlefield. President Putin insists that Russian soldiers are on the ground, as he describes it, fighting brilliantly, and he calls them heroes. But there are some who refuse to fight. We've heard testimony from servicemen, relatives, and activists, which suggests that some of them have been subjected to mistreatment, threats, and even violence to try to force them back to the front line. Our Russia editor Steve Rosenberg has been listening to some of their stories.
So it's a pretty long interview. It's 11 minutes long. I'm going to link it in the description, guys. I just wanted to give you a little brief update on that one. And let's keep it pushing. France delivered 655 millimeter TRF-1 towed howitzers to Ukraine as part of a large military aid package. And you can see these bad boys. That is nice. Thank you, France. And then we have Newsweek. Newsweek reports that Russia complains of Ukraine's aggressive military behavior. Imagine that. Okay, it's like, we have to remember here that Russia's the one that invaded Ukraine, and now they want to complain of Ukraine's aggressive behavior. Interesting there. And so they're saying a senior Russian diplomat has complained to Turkey about aggressive behavior of Ukraine's military as fierce fighting continues on multiple fronts. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Vershinin spoke to reporters on Monday after meeting with Turkish officials in Istanbul. Russia's state-run TASS news agency reported the diplomat criticized Ukraine and the U.S., accusing both of undermining potential peace talks. We tried to provide Turkey with detailed information about the real situation on the ground, highlighting the totally aggressive behavior of the armed forces of Ukraine and its attacks on civilians in Donbass and other Russian regions. Funny, very funny, because there would have been no aggression had Russia not invaded Ukraine. So what hypocrites these guys are. And then we have another, just to show you how aggressive they are, guys. I found this video, and it's of an AFU drone drops literally down the chimney air vent of an underground Russian bunker. And let's see here. This thing was incredible. So let me show you guys here. Okay. But here you can see the little vent. And this Man, look at this drone. This is unbelievable how close this thing can get. And then it flies up so it doesn't get damaged. And boom, goes the dynamite. Unbelievable. That is a cool video there. That very, very aggressive. Okay, and then I wanted to show you guys this. This is a Combat Falcon 300 and maritime kamikaze drone. Details of Ukrainian developments revealed. Moscow area and St. Petersburg allegedly could fall into the zone of damage of the Ukrainian Sokol 300 drone. And look at this bad boy. So this is this new drone here. Its missiles and the specs on it are, this is that drone. Okay, costs about $2 million, which is not a lot. It's got a flight range of 1,300 to 3,300 kilometers, maximum speed 580 kilometers, flight duration up to 26 hours, payload is 300 kilograms, weapons guided missiles of the RK-2P, R2M, and RK-10 types with a range of up to 10 kilometers. So this thing can strike Moscow, guys, and they gave their blessing. America did, so did Great Britain. And here we have the new voice of Ukraine reporting Russian SBU service, security service, special unit eliminated in Melitopol. And the Ukrainian troops hit the quarters of a special unit, the Russian FSB, Security Council in Melitopol and Zaporizhia Oblast. The city's mayor, Ivan Fedorov, said on national television on December 12th, which is today. It was the FSB special unit in charge of maintaining databases and analytics. So they got wiped out. And talking about Ukraine being aggressive, this actually comes from Forbes, guys, that the next full-scale offensive of the armed forces of Ukraine will be in the direction of Zaporizhia. And Forbes. And so add here, this long-awaited attack would liberate most of southern Ukraine and allow the armed forces to approach the narrow isthmus that connects the mainland with Crimea. It is for this reason that the armed forces destroy the logistics of the occupiers in this direction. The bridge in Melitopol is only the beginning. And so this is the area, guys, where they want to cut this off and just turn it into another Kherson and cut them off from all the supply lines. And we're all waiting for that. Everybody's waiting for this. Even the Russians, like everybody knows it's coming. So can't wait for that to kick off and report that. Oh yeah. So please, guys, like and subscribe, and I'll be the first, so you'll be getting the notice when it does happen. Okay, and so the Ukraine Armed Air Force is also reporting, this was on their Twitter, that Slovakia Foreign Minister Rastislav Kacer, we still have not handed MiG-29s to you. We are ready to do it. We talked to our partners in NATO about how to do it. And sarcastically, Russia, how are you? And here's a picture of the SU, or the MiGs, the 29s, and they're coming to Ukraine. And then with that, I found this awesome video here on instructions for Russian soldiers on how to surrender to a Ukrainian drone. And I thought that this was pretty cool. This is what they need to do.
Разработана инструкция, по которой российские военные могут безопасно сдаться в плен украинскому квадрокоптеру. Дроны решили применить, чтобы сделать процесс взятия в плен более безопасным. Если вы желаете добровольно сдаться в плен ВСУ, предварительно свяжитесь с проектом «Хочу жить», который даст инструкции и при необходимости сообщит координаты отправной точки. Получив верификацию, отправляйтесь на место в точно указанное время. Следует помнить, что в данном случае точность и своевременность прибытия критически важна, учитывая ограниченное время полета квадрокоптера. При возможности дополнительно уведомите представителей ВСУ о прибытии на место и дождитесь дальнейших инструкций или ожидайте появления квадрокоптера в зоне видимости. Увидев в зоне видимости квадрокоптер, необходимо установить с ним визуальный контакт. Наблюдая за дроном, поднимите обе руки в стороны и вверх, таким образом сообщая о готовности выполнять дальнейшие команды. Когда контакт установлен, дрон совершит маневр, поднявшись и опустившись на несколько метров вниз и вверх. После этого коптер обозначит вектор движения. Плавно снизившись и плавно набрав высоту в заданном направлении, оставаясь на постоянном визуальном контакте с пленным. Пленный должен следовать за дроном, который со скоростью человеческой ходьбы будет лететь в точку встречи с представителями ВСУ. В случае критического уровня заряда батареи, дрон может прекратить сопровождение и вернуться на базу. В таком случае военнопленному необходимо оставаться на месте или ожидать в укрытии следующего дрона, сохраняя в зоне видимости точку последнего визуального контакта с предыдущим квадрокоптером. Через некоторое время на эту точку прилетит дублирующий дрон, с которым также необходимо установить визуальный контакт по вышеописанному алгоритму и продолжить движение. Российские солдаты, сохраните себе эту инструкцию. Распространите ее среди ваших сослуживцев и знакомых. Сохраните больше жизней.
So, I mean, it makes sense. Put your arms up, come unarmed, and surrender. And you'll get 3 meals in a cot. So I thought that that was very informative. I like that kind of video to, get them to surrender. And here we have, if they don't surrender, like there was an assassination attempt on the deputy head of Russian occupation authorities in the Kherson Oblast of Ukraine, Vitaly Kulyuk. His car was blown up in Shadovsk, and he was injured and taken to a hospital, and his driver was killed. And that's this puggy guy right here that didn't want to surrender. And then we have this awesome article here this is from the Low Ethiopian Reports. And it's saying that breaking, Zelensky says if Putin dies, Ukraine war might
Breaking,
end.
Zelensky says if Putin dies, Ukraine war might end.
Breaking.
Yeah, okay. And rephrase, President Vladimir Zelensky told David Letterman that he believes the war in Ukraine can be ended if Vladimir Putin dies.
Rephrase, President Volodymyr Zelensky told David Letterman that he believes the war in Ukraine can be ended if President Vladimir Putin dies.
Where is this thing? I wish it would stop doing that. Okay. So basically, an authoritarian regime is a terrible thing, and it's always risky relying on one person. This is why when someone leaves an institution, falls apart, while specifying that this had occurred to the old Soviet Union. And then, he says, when asked about his plans for the future, he said, I don't really think about that. I'll be honest, right now, all I want to do is go on vacation and drink a few beers at the beach. And boy, would I like to join him and thank him for defending Ukraine and really everyone's freedoms. And Alexander Vidman, this is on his Twitter, we owe Ukraine our gratitude. Their sacrifice has done more to secure U.S. national security than most can imagine. Read this excellent piece from Timothy S. Snyder, Gratitude to Ukraine. And I'll be sure to link this as well in the description. And then to end it all off, guys, I found this awesome picture, place card at the stand with Ukraine rally in London. And this old pensioner guy, hey Putin, let's fast forward to the part where you kill yourself in a bunker. And I really want to see that, guys. I'm sure the whole world does. That way we can end this war and get on with our lives. And with that, guys, that's going to be the end of my report. And I want to thank you guys for spending your time with me. And if you would, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm a brand new channel, guys, so I really need your support, and I would really appreciate it. And I try to make these videos every day and try to present the news in an uplifting way as much as possible. It's pretty tough with, the war being a war. However, I do my best, guys, and I really appreciate it. I thank you for your time. And having said that, guys, have a beautiful day and peace out, my friends.